Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Well, folks, if you haven't noticed, we've got a new Kingdom Celebration event. It is back, and it's got a few changes to it. I'm going to go ahead and break down what these changes are, and especially what this new Dragon skill is all about. So first things first, the changes to the Kingdom Celebration event. I think people may have noticed we've gone from 5 days to 3. It looks like the actual, stuff you get isn't changed, they're just collided into fewer days. Additionally, once the event starts, it's already got the first two, both the supply shop and the winter raffle, already unlocked, so there's not a real loss there in terms of what you're able to get. And I will add that the shop that allows you to purchase the keys is available on the first day. In the past, it would only become available on the second day. I'm talking, of course, about the Grand Celebration Pack. Ordinarily, you can only buy this on days 2 through 5. Now you're able to buy it on days 1 through 3, so just 1 day less of purchasing this pack. That does have some implications, but it's not like a total loss of 2 days. It's really just the 1. So, what does this really mean? Well, I went ahead and ran the numbers, and over here, as you can see, I'm approaching this with 55 total keys needed. Let me quickly show you why I say that. Now, as people are aware, in the actual raffle, where most people use to turn their keys to try to get as many of the Ancient Army skill fragments as they can, you want to get up to 55 times, because that is a guaranteed 40 fragments. I think everyone can agree that's really, really good. You want to make sure you're getting your 40 fragments every single time you can. So the goal is to make sure that you get to 55. At 10 times, you get a bonus 3 treasure keys. But the main goal is to make sure you get to 55. If you want to spend more and do the higher levels, then go for it. But the main goal is to get to 55 for most mid-level spenders like myself. So again, we want to get to 55. As you can see, you can get 10 from the shop. What I'm talking about there is if you go to the supply and you scroll down here, you can purchase them. This should be nothing new for people. You can get them through blue diamonds and some of them through the special event stuff, the weirwood tree leaves. There you go. So you can get 10 that way. You can also get 3 from that bonus once you've actually spent 10 like I showed. Then you can get 5 a day at the 25 black diamonds with a coupon for 50% off, and then there's a 15 a day one at the next level that's 200, but you can get it for 100 with another coupon. So the cheapest way you can get it would be to do basically the coupon only purchases, and then again picturing 55, you need to basically get to 42 with that. So just doing some math, in the past you would need to do 3 days of the 25 black diamonds, 2 days of the 15 black diamonds. That's going to give you just enough, 58 keys in total, then you're golden. Now, the loss here is that most people would like to purchase on that 4th day an additional 5 key pack because it's a lot cheaper to get it that way. Unfortunately, even if you did it that way, you would still have to buy one of the 100 black diamond packs, so it's really not as appreciable change as people think. It's just kind of rushing the purchases now. But in general, I don't think a devastating change there. Also, I'll note that if you are going to do a full 2,000 Black Diamond recharge, you get 30 bonus keys and 3 bonus keys for just doing any recharge, so that might affect your math here as well. But what I'm trying to show here is that it really shouldn't change the math on how many keys you need to buy in order to get to your 55 total. Now, that is definitely the more secondary part of this video. The more important part, in my opinion, I think most people, is this new Dragon Enraged skill. Now, let's just note that we haven't had a new Dragon skill in a little while. The newer ones all had to do with the synergies with the female bleed or weakness attack setups, as we've reviewed in some past videos, but this is a new one. The Dragon Enraged skill gives you this ability where it enhances all of your attacks by 5% for every 10% of your allied troops that are lost. Now, this can stack up to 15% in a rally. So what does all that mean? Well, again, what I did here is I kind of just did some math for us, assuming some kind of simple numbers. So let's pretend for a moment that you're using 1,000,000 troops, because that's easy, and you have just a 5% bonus, but this is if you have it at level 9, and that deals 1,000 damage every time those troops attack. I know it's hypothetical numbers, just doing it to make it easy. So when I go down to 900,000 troops, that means I've lost 10%, I get a 5% bonus. So if we pretend that the damage was completely linear, meaning that 900,000 troops would only do 900 damage, well, 5% of that 900 would be 45. So now, by using my Dragon Enraged bonus, I'm now doing 945 damage instead of just 900. So I'm getting a little bit back. Obviously, it's better to just have the troops from the start, but it's kind of making it hurt a little bit less. Similarly, if I go all the way down to 500,000 troops, that would be half my troops gone. Then I'm going to be getting a 50% troops gone, should be 25% bonus. So I'm going to be getting a whopping 125 out of that 500 back for 625 damage. I'm actually doing pretty well. Again, getting 125 extra damage just because I lost troops. Ordinarily, when you're down to half your troops, you're in real trouble, but this is a way to definitely salvage that situation. Now, I wanted to just show, if you have this maxed in a rally and we do the same thing, something kind of crazy happens. When you go down from 1,000,000 troops to 900,000, you would ordinarily do 900 damage, but because 15% of 900 would be 135, you actually do more damage when you've lost the troops than you did with the troops. So that is kind of mind-blowing to think about, that you're actually going to deal more overall damage with less total troops. But that is what this skill does. That's what it's going to do. Now, that doesn't always stay true. If you go down to 500,000 troops, you're definitely, losing a little bit of damage, but it's only 875. Again, compared to what would have been 500 damage, you can see that you're really getting a lot back. What this is really going to do is going to keep you in the fight. Even if you lose a lot of troops early on, imagine like a female setup where the Layla and Salmas all synergize and they kill off half your troops right off the bat. Ordinarily, that battle is just done. You're just totally in huge trouble because you've lost most of your troops. Well, now that you're getting so much of this damage back, it kind of keeps you in the fight and gives you a real chance because you're getting all that extra damage done. I really think that this is going to be a big counter to those female setups, and I'll mention that these are just arbitrary numbers. I'm kind of picking them because it makes the math a little bit easier, but there are other damage effects like the weakness attacks, commander skills. All of those are getting that damage buff as well. So this is a huge, huge buff. I think it is pretty fair to say this is the most aggressive dragon skill that we have right now. I think that it really comes close to the reinforcement and reroute, in my opinion, in terms of how much damage you're really going to be doing in a battle. I think this is a hugely important one, and with AC coming up right around the corner, it is going to be really interesting to see which alliances are able to have a fully maxed rally with a Dragon Enraged skill going on, because those rallies are going to hurt. It doesn't matter if you're dealing damage to them, they're going to deal that damage right back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm really excited to see how the Dragon Enraged skill ends up working in the next couple of rounds of Alliance Conquest, which we have coming up. But until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr, and I'll see you then.